What's up guys, it's Creamyiee here again, teaching you how to play the game without a guide. Ark Survival Evolved. Today, we're gonna go over what I believe are the most essential dinos to get, and the order you should get them in. The first dino you should try to tame in Ark is a Parasaur. They're a really easy first tame, as all you need is a bola and a club. So, you just bola its legs so it can't run away, and beat it until it gets knocked out. It's got decent health and stamina for a first tame, and you can get the saddle when you're level 9, which you get to level 9 super quick. It's also a super inexpensive saddle to get. It's not the fastest tame in the game, however it does have a really cool feature where if you right click you can detect any enemies around you. So here my Parasaur detected an enemy in the water, so it shows that little red dot and I can see exactly where the enemy is, so yeah. The next thing I'd tame would be a Pterodon. These are also pretty easy to tame, as you can do the same thing, just use a bola and a club to knock it out. These are pretty essential early game, as if you're on the beach, there's those little annoying birds that steal everything from you. So I would definitely try to get one of these. Their saddle is a little bit later, so you do have to wait till level 38 to actually ride them. But either way, they're a pretty good defense bird if you are going to stay on the beach for a little bit. They are quite quick. That's why I really have liked the Pterodon throughout the game. You can travel really fast, you can use these to tame dinos, you can use it to escape dinos. Their stamina does kind of suck in comparison to other flyers, but as a first flyer in the game, they're pretty good to tame. The next dinosaur I'd tame would be a Raptor. I hated taming these my first playthrough, but they're actually way easier than I thought. If you have trank arrows, it literally takes 2 trank arrows typically to knock one down. They have pretty good stats, they're really quick, and their saddle you can get at level 18, which is really easy to get to in this game. Now, one of the reasons I really like these early game is they are a super efficient way to get around the map. They jump, they run, they maneuver really well in compared to a lot of other tames in the game. Plus, they're a pretty decent fighter to ride. The next dinosaur I'd suggest taming would be a Sarco. These can be intimidating also at first, but they're actually quite easy to tame as they're super slow on land. So typically you can shoot them and run away while taming. Their saddle is unlocked at level 35, so it's not great, not bad, but you get there eventually. The reason I like these is they are super quick underwater, so these would make a great first water tame to tame better water tames. You can also catch fish very easily. They don't run out of oxygen underwater, so these overall are a pretty cool team to have early game. But as you can see, they are quite slow on land, and this is with me sprinting with the dinosaur. They do have a pretty cool spin move though underwater, which I kind of like. They can do it on land too, it's just not as effective as you're gonna see, as they kind of just spin in place. The people are probably gonna agree with this next one, but I would tame a T-Rex next. After you get the Pterodon saddle, a T-Rex is actually super easy to tame, and they have great stats. And the point of this game is surviving, so they are great to help you survive. Their saddle is unlocked quite later, but to be honest, these are a pretty crappy rideable in my opinion, so I wouldn't actually use these as a rideable, I'd use these as defense for your base. They do have a cool roar ability though once you do get a saddle, which does scare away a decent amount of dinosaurs, so if you're gonna ride them, I would use them more for this, but as you can see, their stamina sucks, they're slow, they don't turn well, they run into everything and get caught on everything. The next 2 dinos, you could pick one or the other, so the first is going to be the Beaver. These dinos are good wood collectors, so it's great to have these because mining for wood with your hand is a pain in the ass. Their saddle is unlocked at 61, so it is kind of late, and it's a quite expensive saddle, but they are the most efficient animal in this game for collecting wood. They're super easy to tame with trank arrows too, which is why I would suggest this one. As the other option I'm going to give you is a bit of a pain to actually tame, but as you're going to see, they collect wood better than any other dino. So after one hit, it got 232 wood and 33 thatch, which is pretty great for a dino. Okay, now the next option that you have is the Parasaur, or I call it the pesky chicken, because these dinos are a pain in the ass when you encounter them in the wild. They are an absolute tank and a fighter, but they also collect wood super efficiently, so I would probably recommend taming this dinosaur, as you can use it in the boss battles also, as well as using it for collecting material. They don't collect as much wood as the Beaver, but overall they're a better dino in the long run if you want to breed them and use them for the boss battles. So off of one hit, I got 208 wood and 34 thatch, which really isn't that different from the Beaver, but it is a little bit less. However, this dino is a pain in the ass to tame, so be wary of that. For stone, you're going to want to tame a Deodatus, as these are the best stone collectors in the game. They're not a hard tame, they're not super aggressive, they're not very fast, but they do take a couple tranks because they got the shell. You can lock their saddle at level 34, which isn't bad at all when you need stone early game. The saddle isn't that expensive, so I would definitely suggest getting one of these as soon as you're starting to need to be building a base out of stone. As I said, they're not super fast, but they do have this cool roll ability, which gets you from place to place a lot quicker. It just does use a lot of stamina to do this. But off of one hit, I have 472 stone, which is way better than sitting there hitting rocks and hoping to get more resources. This dinosaur, you're going to need early and late game for resource collection. Early game, these are great for flint. They collect a ton of flint from basic rocks. But in late game, these are the best metal collectors in the game. I'll make another video showing you how to efficiently collect metal using an RG and an Anklo. Your saddle is unlocked at level 36, which is not bad at all in this game, considering how fast you level up with Explorer nodes. They're not very quick at all, but they are a walking tank. It takes a lot for them to actually get severely hurt, and they hit like a truck when things are coming at you. It takes a minute to get over to the stone though, but you'll see how quickly they can collect flint for you once I actually get there. So off of one hit, I got 105 flint, 39 stone, and 2 metal. In my next video showing how to collect metal, you'll see just how efficiently they are for that. So they're not actually as great for flint as metal, but they're still great for flint early game. One of the other cool features about this dino is it has an 85% weight reduction of metal. And metal is super heavy in this game, so this is absolutely needed. If you're gonna choose the farm, you have to get an Iguanodon in the game. I call them Seedboys because they have this special ability where they can actually turn berries into seeds. And if you've played the game a lot, you probably understand that gathering seeds for the berries you want can be a pain in the ass. So their saddle's unlocked at level 30, which once again is not horrible. You level up pretty quickly once you find Explorer nodes. All you do is drag the seed in their inventory, hold E on them, and click Seed Fruit in Inventory. And in 2 seconds, all of the berries in their inventory are turned into seeds. So this has made my farming life a lot easier, as you can see, as I have a lot of different berries going. So, in a different video, I'll show you how I set up my farm, if you guys are interested. The last dino I have on my list is an Argent. This is by far my favorite dino in the game. It's a flying tank. Once you have it leveled up, it does incredible damage. It does take a minute to get the saddle, as you need to wait till level 62. However, it is the most worth it dinosaur in the game. It has the best stamina out of all the flyers I've used, the best health, the best melee. So if you need to collect meat for your other dinosaurs, say your TRex army, these are the quickest and easiest way to do it. So mine's pretty leveled up, but on a dinosaur like this, it does 977 damage. It also has a healing buff when you eat a corpse, which is great if you're battling something that's taking away a lot of your health because you heal up super quick. So its saddle also acts as a smithing table, which is super convenient on the go, and they have a weight reduction of metal and other resources. If you guys have any questions about how I tamed any of these dinos, feel free to comment it. These are just the dinos that I would suggest getting in base game. I'll do another video showing you what dinos you should get for the boss battles, such as the hog right here. So, thank you guys. I appreciate the watch. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.